got to tap back in with you all, man, on some sports. It's been a little minute, man. I'm a busy man, yo. I'm a busy man, my people. So, yo, there's too much to be excited about for me not to, elaborate on. So, here I am with it, man. You know what I mean? I appreciate you all tapping in, all the subscribers. If you want to leave a comment, go ahead, leave a comment. I got thick skin. I ain't worried about what you're talking about. Not going to bother me at all. So go ahead and comment away. Like, comment, subscribe, man. I'm not going to let you down. I'm going to come with some interesting content. It's the consistency is the key. You dig what I'm saying? So, yo, let's get to business. There's a lot to fulfill. There's a lot to recap about too, man. Because I've been peeping game on a few things, man. So, did you all watch the Homerun Derby? Did you watch that? I did, and I love classic home run derbies. It went down to the wire, and this one did too. This one definitely went down to the wire. I love the ones that come down to the final stretch like that, man. And Teoscar Hernandez, uh, he was the first Dodger to ever win the home run derby, to my understanding. Um, it was taking place at Globe Field in Arlington, Texas. What stood out to me is that my uncle actually played for the Dodgers back in the day, the Dodgers and the Mets. So shout out to Unc. But yo, and when I think of the Dodgers, I think of people like Mike Piazza and company. You know what I mean? But shout out to Hernandez, and yo, he got paid. The Dodgers dropped the chicken on him, well deserved, man. And what stands out to me about Hernandez is how strong he was. The bat speed was there, but definitely, of course, they had an out coordination, but the strength was there, man. He was knocking them out of the park. And what a refreshing feeling to see the ball go over the fence, man. So it was fun to watch that exciting home run derby. It reminds me, it took me back to the Ken Griffey Jr. days, because that's my dude. I rock with Ken Griffey. He's one of my favorite players ever, baseball wise, top three, no doubt about it. So, yeah, what about the WNBA? I've been watching very recent games, but I got a chance to peep on the WNBA. Uh, it was the All-Star game, and the WA team actually beat the USA team. And I know there was a lot of speculation about, the personnel that was put on the USA basketball team, because Caitlin Clark was not one of them. Neither was Angel Reese, two popular superstars that are young. They're rookies. I get it. You know what I mean? But it's interesting because the WNBA team, they ended up cooking the USA basketball team. 117 to 109. It was a very exciting basketball game, to say the least. Ogden Bowe, I forget pronunciation is a whole nother thing, but I'm talking about the MVP winner. You know what I mean? And I know she won it twice. That's the second MVP trophy. So shout out to her. She was getting busy and she was getting buckets. But what stood out and was very interesting and needs to be elaborated on is that Caitlin Clark, I believe she set an assist record. She was drive, drawing, and dishing the rock. You know what I mean? And showing a whole different segment and a whole different aspect of her game. And that's what's dope to me. And what was crazy and very fun to watch was her and Angel Reese teaming up for the first time. Because of all the alleged, so-called, rivalry type of situation going on with them. I just look at the game like it's cool and it's fun to watch, and I like the competitive nature that comes out of these players. That's how I look at it. But um, Angel Reese was grabbing those boards. She was getting busy too. You know what I mean? So shout out to both of them teaming up, because hey, the USA basketball team was no slouch. They had some dogs on that. I'm talking about, Brittany Grinder was on that squad. Brianna Stewart, she's tall and nice. She got a nice game. Diana Taurasi was on that joint. Asia Wilson, is that how to pronounce her name? Yo, I'm telling you, it's exciting to watch WNBA, especially these last few seasons. The interest level has been picking up. So shout out to them. And yo, let's get to business with this. The Olympics, Olympic basketball. Man, isn't it fun to watch? Now, the only beef I got with them right now is John Morant's not on the squad, on this dream team. Neither is, Jaylen Brown's not on there. I don't know. Should they be? Who Who knows? Respectfully, you know what I mean? Who knows what the situation is supposed to be? But I know those two very talented brothers is not on that squad. And but Durant been cooking them boys out there. He been putting them in the blender. There's been a lot of barbecue chicken being grilled out there on these courts, man. Durant, at first he was sitting out for a minute. I think he had a calf injury or something of that nature. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but the first few games he wasn't really there, but he came back scorching the net, man, and tearing it up. He getting it all different ways. If you leave him open, he's splashing it on you. LeBron is attacking. I love this LeBron. I love this version of Bronny Braun. I mean, I like how he's overall just letting his strength take over and taking it down the lane like a freight train, like he knows to do. Anthony Davis is even making defensive plays out there, some spectacular plays. Ant-Man is getting busy. He's getting paper out there. Everybody's doing their thing. Don't sleep on Bam Adebayo either. And old buddy from the Indiana Pacers, somebody help me out. He's been cooking too. Derek White's been splashing trays. Everybody has been playing their role, and it's been a contribution. At first I was a little bit worried, like, they slouching just a little bit. But, I can respect it, man, especially when a conjunction of players always come together that don't usually play together. Devin Booker and company, I love to watch them splashing these tray balls out here and making these plays together and representing the country. So they played Sudan the other day. It was fun to see William Gabriel out there playing for Sudan. He's a former UK basketball player. So that was interesting to watch and see. And Sudan has some athletes on there too. So shout out to them. And it's crazy, man, watching these Olympics, just noticing how foreign our league is now, with watching Patty Mills play for the Australian team and, seeing Jokic out there. And, of course, Luka Doncic being foreign. And then these past few NBA drafts has been very obvious that, that France is, it's been there in the top 3, top 5, top 10, back to back. So shout out to France, you know what I mean? But it's really nothing too new, because you got Dirk Nowitzki, you got all kinds of foreign players that's came over to the NBA and there's been major role players in the game, major players in the league, you know what I mean? Superstars in the league, so no doubt about it. But that's just a good reminder that we here. That's what we're dealing with right here, man. So, let's get the business with this though. I'm very excited about what's coming up in the fall. But first, let me cover the La Familia versus the Ville. I was going to get to this earlier. I'm telling you, I've been easy on you Louisville fans, because really y'all was slipping up out there in this La Familia versus the Ville game. Because we had to cook y'all again. It was a familiar W for the Wildcats. But it was just fun and refreshing to see all these older players come out. We cooked them in Freedom Hall, you know what I mean, to see who we got. Willie Cauley-Stein coming out there splashing and dashing and dunking on them boys, showing his athleticism. He hasn't slacked a bit. Seeing Eric Bledsoe still being explosive, and the Harrison twins, and Nate Sestina was getting busy. Do not sleep on Nate. You know what I mean? He's been had it. It's just good to, put it on display again. You know what I mean? He's one of us, Wildcats, BBN. And Enos Kanter, it was good to get a nice glimpse, a nice dose of him, because we didn't get to see him play for UK. He had to sit out for us due to some other things going on with basketball in the past. So shout out to that, man. It was just fun to watch these guys, man, fly up and down the court, make plays. Of course, the rivalry game against the Ville is always going down. We knew it was going down, and it always does. That's just what it is here. It's part of the culture, and we love it. I love to be a part of it. I grew up in it, and that's just how it is between Kentucky and Louisville, man. And it was no different with this showdown at Freedom Hall. First off, it was a Monday, over 13,000 people in there, jam-packed, to watch these boys come back and play again. Louisville had Montrezl Harrell on there, and Russ Smith and company. Reese Gaines was the coach. And Tyler Ulis was La Familia's coach. He came with that basketball IQ that he had on the court. The same basketball IQ he had on that court as the point guard. I love to watch Tyler Ulis, boy. Yo, he used to throw the sauce on them dudes, man. I remember that, boy. So he was quick, had everything. He could shoot, had handles. Shout out to Tyler Ewers. And it was fun to see him be a coaching. But what's ironic about this matchup? Come on, y'all. Come on, Louisville. Y'all was slacking. Because where's the game preparation at, man? How long is this Aaron Harrison and Andrew Harrison? How long is this Harrison twin saga going to continue for y'all? Y'all should know better. Because back in the days, in the tournament time, the same way this game ended was the same way that game basically ended. One of them Harrison twins was in the corner, on that wing, one of the two. Got kicked the ball and splashed it. He let that thing fly, and it was buckets at the end of the game. So y'all should have been ready. Y'all should have been prepared for this, because what happened in this game? They needed a 70-point mark to reach. Eric Bledsoe penetrated, drove, kicked it. It's like you already knew that he was there, gonna be there. Andrew Harrison out there, right on the wing. Ball game. Y'all should have been ready for that. Come on, man. He's cooking y'all out there, man. Them Harrison boys, them Harrison twins is like y'all's worst nightmare, man. You know what I mean? So y'all should have been ready. They even did it in Aaron Harrison even did it in the tournament. The same thing. The same type of situation going on against Michigan in the tournament when he was in college. And I think it may have been Ohio State or Wisconsin. I'm not mistaken. But even the announcer was like, yo, this is the time where he always hits it. And he splashed it, man. Cushions. But it was a great game, man. Shout out to all the fans. I'm sure it was a fun game to be around and be in that atmosphere and around that energy. So shout out to everybody that made it up there. I did not get a chance to make it up there. So, hey, yo, let's get to business. We got more in store. There's a lot to be excited about coming up. College football just around the corner, NFL, college basketball a little bit later, but I can almost smell the football in the air. You know what I mean? New quarterbacks, new draft picks coming up, new Colorado football season, the big expectations for Coach Prime and Shador and Travis Hunter and company. You know what I mean? Behind all the hype and all the attention and a bunch of transfers, with the transfer portal being an option for players nowadays. A lot of kids transfer. We're gonna see what the business is, man. And there's a lot of teams in different conferences when it comes to college football. There's a lot of conference changes coming up this season that we have to peep game on. You know what I mean? So tap in, man. We're gonna have to stay locked in and see what's going on with these new situations. CeeDee Lamb's under a new contract negotiation for the Dallas Cowboys. He hasn't been even training with the team and coaching yet and practicing yet because that bag's not right yet. You know what I mean? Things need to be negotiated. And I feel like as big as a player as he is, I'm sure Jerry Jones and them, they're going to work something out. They're gonna bring the chicken in. I'm pretty sure. Without a shadow of a doubt, I know they're going to bring that chicken back in for CeeDee Lamb. He had a career season last night. And I got it right here. Major contribution. Career year, 135 catches for 1,749 yards for your boy. And 12 TDs. 12 of them things. Taking them to the barn. And not to mention just the major impact he has on the game, man. And, he's that dude out there. Throw him the bag. Justin Jefferson got him some chicken. He's the highest paid receiver. Was it 4 years, 140 million extension or something like that? And St. Brown for the Detroit Lions, he got some paper too, maybe 120 million if I'm not mistaken. So there's a lot to be excited about coming up this season, man. I just had to tap in a little bit on it in between episodes of my Let's Get the Business podcast, which y'all need to check out, man. It's right there underneath the channel. It's on the channel right there. Go ahead and slide in the content and tap in with that, man. Tune in with me. I got a lot popping for you. I'm not going to let you down, like I said. The last interview I had was with John Ramsey. He's a very good friend of mine. Interesting guy. He used to do a lot of sports radio, a lot of television stuff. Been around a lot of interesting people. Great friends, best friends with Muhammad Ali. Shout out to John, man. It was a nice one. And we got to visit the Muhammad Ali Center, the greatest. But got more popping for you. Let's get the business.
Yo, 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 let's get the